Hi, my name is Alex Victor, and this is a podcast with no name currently. And these are my co and guest host. Can introduce
Hello, my name is
Oh,
Bill.
hey, I thought you were gonna introduce us.
this is so bad. I
He
can't
doesn't,
edit. I
Alex
can't
doesn't
edit.
even look at the
I
camera when he's
can't
talking
edit.
to it.
I can't edit any of this, by the way. So
That's
So
good.
what? Keep
this
it.
is this is going to be
Hey,
like
oh, we're live. I'm watching us on my other
this,
computer.
this is going to be if we actually have episodic like an episodic series. This will be episode 0.
No, this is episode 1.
This
This
is
is the
this is
first. This is the beginning. This
This
is
is
the birth.
definitely
This
before the
is test
beginning.
2.
This is definitely episode 0. So it's actually Bill and David don't actually know. This is actually partly a test for me because I'm
So,
testing Google Hangout. So screw you guys.
I've
Now,
never actually done Google Hangout. I've
now,
never done it.
neither have
yeah,
This is my first
it's
time.
pretty sweet. Wow, we
never.
actually
Does
apparently we
Facebook have its own video chat, or does it like connect to Skype? Because I've never used it.
they kind of have their own, but I think it's powered by Skype now
Yeah.
since Microsoft bought
No,
Skype and works with
the video
Facebook.
chat was always powered by. They didn't have it until they partnered with Skype, actually. So now
Uh,
I think we have 2 or 3 viewers actually, can see this
really?
podcast is going to be focused on
That's more than
technology,
I ever thought we were gonna get.
pop culture, some other geeky stuff like that. So if that's what you're interested in, please keep listening.
If it's not what you're interested in, stop now.
Yeah, stop
And
right
get
now.
the hell out of here.
Yeah.
I don't want you listening to my voice.
Okay, so so
So I'll just stop talking in the middle of a sentence. So are we going to move on to our first topic? We're just going to
yes,
jump right into this.
first topic, let's do it. Bill, you want to start?
Hang on, I have to check the document
The
here.
first topic is Google Glass. Google Glass is a new super awesome technology from Google that's not yet available for consumers.
Is that
It's, well, anyway,
is
Bill,
that
do you
Project
wanna?
Glass? Is that the
It's
same thing?
yeah,
It was
same thing.
originally called Project Glass. Now the official name for the
Okay.
product itself is Google Glass. Bill, give us the rundown.
Oh, okay. Well, this is the product that they thought it would be a great idea to jump out of some airplanes and do all these crazy stunts to announce it at the Google I/O convention a couple of years ago, right? Like 2 years ago,
It was last year, Bill.
last year. I'm great with time. And it's from what I've seen, it uses a very small projector that projects onto a piece of essentially a prism in front of your eye, and all the processing, the battery, and everything is in the over-the-ear part of the eyeglasses. It's pretty cool so far. I've heard that they left it unlocked so people could mess around with it, and they priced it at $1,500. And the way you had to get it was you had to go on Google Plus or Twitter and say use the hashtag if I had glass and say what you would do with it.
That was one of the ways to get it. The other, I think you might have mentioned this, the other way to get it was if you attended Google I/O last year, which is Google's annual convention, you could purchase it for $1,500. So
Jeez.
developers had the ability to purchase it for
Pocket change.
1,500. Yeah, for them,
Hmm.
I guess. I mean, it costs 900. Well, 900 for non-students and $300 for regular students to get it.
Wait, 300? That's
Oh,
all it was?
Yeah,
for students?
yeah. If you
Why didn't
Oh,
they say
wow.
this? I would have tried to do it.
No, I mean then you'd have to get to California and get a hotel room and stuff. And
I'll go to California to get myself a pair of Google Glass.
well, no, you wouldn't just get a pair of Google Glass. Last year they got a phone, a Nexus 7, the tablet.
So they got the Nexus 4 and the 7? Because I
Yes.
guess that's all Google would give out,
Yeah.
right?
And no, I'm sorry.
They wouldn't give out a Galaxy.
I'm not sure if it was the Nexus 4 or the Samsung Galaxy Nexus, which is the phone before the Nexus 4. But they got a phone, a tablet. I believe they also got a Chrome, not a Chromebook. What's the other thing? Chrome box.
What's a Chromebox?
Yeah,
It's
I'm,
it's like
I'm
the
not familiar.
It's like the Mac Mini.
Okay.
It's like a little tiny box that runs Chrome. And they also got a Nexus Q, which burned and died horribly. David,
Oh, I
do you
heard
even
about
know
What
that.
was
what the
that?
Nexus Q is? No, the Nexus
Was it
Q.
just like a really terrible phone?
It was all
No,
design, wasn't it? Like a sphere or something.
yeah, it was. The idea was that you could. I'm trying to see if there's
It's the
any
first
way.
social streaming media player. They have it on
Hold,
the Google Play Store.
hold on, I can actually do a really cool thing where I share my screen share it. Hold on, hold on.
All right, well, while you're doing that, let me talk about the fact that I don't understand this whole thing of it was unlocked, but it's already been jailbroken. Why are people bragging about jailbreaking this if it came unlocked? Google purposefully left it
Well,
unlocked.
technically, it doesn't.
What came unlocked?
A Google Glass, like the
Yeah.
actual device.
Oh, okay.
Well, technically, it. Oops. Technically, it didn't come unlocked. Hold on. Let me show the Nexus Q.
All right.
This is it from the back.
I mean, it's just a sphere, right? So.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's a lot smaller than I
Whoa.
thought it was.
Yeah. So.
That is a
It's-
phone?
No. It's
Oh.
it's meant to be a basically. It's like a kind of like an amplifier, but it's like a hub for media, and the idea was that you could what could you do? You could those four connectors in the back are for speakers, and there's an Ethernet port there. And anyway, you could wirelessly stream YouTube from your phone or tablet or any Android device, and you could also add.
Wait, stream YouTube to an audio player.
No, well, it did video. It did HDMI out also. I think that this here is a HDMI out. I think. Yep, that's HDMI right there.
Okay.
And you could stream either YouTube or Google's own Google Play video movies and stuff. That's play.google.com/store, and then go to movies and TV. Let me see if I can get.
Is this an advertisement for Google?
Yeah.
Because if it is, we're gonna have some problems. Because I'm about to say some
Yeah,
things
I
that
wasn't
aren't
told
very
about
kind.
that.
It is not an advertisement for Google. But
That
so
was.
you could also it had this so there's an app for Android, and you could use it to add songs to a queue. So the idea was that anyone with an Android device, say you're having a party, could come over to your house, and there you'd have your Nexus Q hooked up to your stereo, and each person could add a song to the queue. That was like the idea.
It sounds really lame.
Yeah,
It's
it was.
good that it went up in flames.
It
Later.
was terribly lame. And it bombed. They actually Google gave them out at Google I/O. People were able to pre-order them, and then before people got their pre-orders, or some people may have gotten them. I don't think so.
$300.
Yeah, it cost $300. Google actually stopped I'm sorry. They shipped them out, but they stopped accepting orders, and then they gave people their money back. So people got it for free, basically, because it was so stupid. Yeah.
Was it even?
It's not great with a lot of
even-
product launches.
Did even having it do anything? Like, was it even cool to have?
I mean, I don't
mean,
think so.
Suck either way.
The problem was that you could only stream YouTube and Google's movies. You couldn't stream Netflix or anything like that, and that's actually a big problem with the Nexus 7, which I own. We lost Bill. He'll be back. Bill will come up. Bill's back.
And I'm back.
Yeah.
So that's going to happen a couple of
That's
times.
gonna happen a couple of times. Say hi, Bill.
Hello again. That's
Hello.
Montclair's internet connection for you.
And in case I think because I control the camera, this is Bill. Hi, Bill.
Hello.
And this
Hey,
is
Bill.
David.
How's it going?
Yep. So now you've seen everyone. So anyway, that's the Nexus Q, and so Google Glass is special. The idea behind Google Glass is that you can continue what you're doing without having to pull your phone out of your pocket, which may sound really lame, but
Really
it's actually
lame.
really
Really?
it's scary. No, it's actually
Dude, that's
really
frightening.
no, it's actually really cool because it's going to change the way
It's like a science fiction movie.
yeah, and it's going to very significantly change the way that we interact with devices.
No, it's not. All right. Come on.
Go ahead, Bill.
All right. So here's the problem with it. It's a great idea. Great that they're trying to do something different. But the media is already going against them. Everyone, bloggers and just random posts online, everyone's talking about how it's going to be an invasion of privacy. and no one likes the direction that it's going. So even if it is a great idea, even if it would come out and be awesome, it already has so much negative media around it. It's not going to do well, especially at the price point.
I think that, well, yeah, you got to see how much they're going to charge for it, but I think that if it's going to be something that people can buy, they'll be like, holy shit, dude, that's like glasses that show everything in front of you. That's amazing. I don't know. Like, when the iPad was announced, a lot of people were like, oh, that's just a really big iPod, but then it sold like crazy.
Yeah. And Bill, I'd like to argue.
It's Apple. I know it's not Apple, my bad. It's Google.
Well,
I was just talking about the iPad, so I got confused.
Actually,
but, I mean, Google.
I believe at one point Apple was rumored to be coming out with their own version of this. But anyway, Bill, I'd like to kind of counter your point. Yes, there has been a lot of negativity about this. Oh my God, Bill, are you kidding me?
No, now I joined twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna kick me out.
Okay. So, Bill, I'd like to counter your point from before.
That it's lame.
Yeah. Well, no, not that it's lame. That you.
The media.
Yes. So there has been some negative media, but there's also been, and their concerns are relevant. Something I don't think we mentioned is Google Glass can take video and pictures. If you tap the side of it, it will start taking 10 seconds of video, and then I think if you double tap it, it starts recording indefinitely, and then you can also take pictures with it. So
that's weird.
Yeah,
I'm curious as to the storage space on it and like how long you can record for.
That's a thing, and I'm not sure if this exists right now, but I'm sure that it will as soon as it becomes popular. There'll be some kind of app for it that will allow you to upload directly to YouTube like we're doing. Actually, you can do a Hangout, so you could record it and have it upload right to YouTube.
Is there a way to do that privately?
Hangout privately? I don't think so, not yet.
Because I mean, like...
Wow, we have 5 viewers.
Yeah, I think you can do like FaceTime and stuff. Or not Face, but you can do like some kind of one-on-one chats.
Yeah, because I mean, I see your point, Alex. I guess it would be useful, but they're definitely gonna put limits on it because they don't want just people streaming endlessly. That's so much data.
Well, I mean, people. If you think about it, people could do this all the time.
Yeah, they don't.
Google has the craziest. This is like a fraction of nothing for Google in the long term. You know, in the big picture, they have. That's another thing we could talk about at some point. But really the central idea behind it is that it will change the way that we interact with our devices. And then there's also smart watches. I don't know if you guys know much about
Every
that.
single company is working on them now.
Yeah. Well,
really?
Yeah.
What, just like a watch?
Or allegedly working on that.
No, well, the thing about a smartwatch, so there are smartwatches where they tried to do that and failed terribly because you can't have a phone or anything as nearly powerful as a phone in a watch. Bill, you're killing me. You're killing me, Bill.
I have no control over this. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just let them fade in and out.
It just keeps happening.
It'll go with the flow.
I'll be here for a short period, and then that's about it.
So the thing about smartwatches is they're not a cell phone. They actually need another device in order to work. So it syncs with your device through Bluetooth. So your phone's sitting in your pocket. You get a text message. It blinks. You look at your watch and you can read the text message, and you can see
That's
your
pretty cool.
and stuff. Yeah, it would be. I'm actually really interested in them.
That's cool.
Okay, now I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. Why is it necessary? I mean, how hard is it to pull a phone out of your pocket?
Well,
it's so lazy, but that doesn't negate the fact that it is pretty cool.
I mean, Bill, I can answer that. When I leave my room, I take 3 devices with me. I take my phone, I take my tablet, and I take my Chromebook. All of them are considered mobile devices, and it would be nice to have something that I can, just look at.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that for like a tablet and a Chromebook, because those are like big things that you're not just gonna like want to pull out and walk around with.
But just for the phone is kind of much.
Phones are getting bigger and bigger now. The average smartphone now is 5 inches. I mean, this is 4.3 inches, and by 4.3 inches, I mean that measurement is always diagonally.
Yeah.
So 5
Uh,
inches is like out to here. There was two phones recently released. One's called the HTC One. The other's called the Samsung Galaxy S4. We can talk about that later. Um, what was that? So yeah, smartwatches. But for me personally, it's something that I would like because I always have my phone on vibrate, and a lot of times I'll miss phone calls and stuff. So it would be cool to be able to check my watch
what
and
would it
see.
do? Would it make a noise? Would it vibrate? Or
It's
like
I'm
both?
not sure. So there's right now the leading
'Cause you would
smart.
definitely feel it if it vibrated like right on your hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Like then you'd be like, oh shit.
I don't think it has that capability. But hold on, I'm gonna pull up another.
There's the Pebble smartwatch, right? That was a
That's
Kickstarter
it, yeah,
campaign.
that's what I'm bringing up. Hold on 1 second.
This one says that you can do things like measure your cycling distance. Yeah, there you go.
So
That's
this is
exactly what I'm looking at.
Pebble. The thing about Pebble, so there was a few smartwatches before Pebble. There was one made by Sony, one made by I'm not sure, but they were all total failures and nobody cared about them. The reason why Pebble is good is because it uses e-ink, which is what the Kindle reader
Oh yeah.
uses.
Okay.
So the battery can last for a long time, and also they don't look horrible. They actually look like watches that you might consider wearing. You can see some nice.
I guess the problem for me is I just don't wear watches.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't.
watches have kind of died. I mean,
Yeah,
that's another
exactly.
thing they have to overcome.
Which is another thing. This will bring watches back. I mean, it gives you a reason to want to wear a watch. I mean,
This is
you can
gonna be
see.
the coolest thing since the calculator watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can see here that $150 is, and it says pre-order because they had a Kickstarter and then they sold out. So now you have to pre-order, I guess, and they send it to you when
When
to,
supplies are available, yeah.
yeah.
So these are definitely going to catch on a lot earlier than Google Glass ever does, just because of the amount of companies working on them.
Yes, it's apparently
And if you
Google.
can already buy some of them that
Yeah.
exist,
Well,
then they're already ahead of the game.
yeah. Apparently Google, Apple, and Microsoft are all working on a smartwatch, but that's of course a rumor. That's a
I heard
rumor.
even more companies, including Samsung and Sony again.
My sister is asking me questions about. She wants to know what else does the watch do. The watch, so Pebble,
Control Music,
yeah,
apparently a golf rangefinder.
yeah. I mean, it can do anything that developers create apps for. I'm not sure the capabilities right now.
Email alerts, caller ID.
Yeah, I know that. So if you have an Android phone, there's this app called Lightflow, which will allow you to kind of mess with the notification light on your phone, and they made that work with Pebble, so you can pretty much make notifications for any app on your device. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, smartwatches are a thing. David, do you think you would purchase a smartwatch?
Uh, yeah. I mean, if it worked, and if I had $150 on me,
Yeah.
like if I saw like reviews that were just like, oh, dude, like don't even get it, like it's a piece of
This
shit.
connection is
I
terrible.
mean, because like 150 is not too bad.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I mean, it's
and
not, but, like for like equipment technology like that.
yeah,
That's
and
on the
also
lower
this
end.
this was a Kickstarter, so I think if Google or Apple, well, not Apple, I think if Google or Microsoft did it, the price would be
Oh
lower.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Because they could produce on a large scale.
yeah.
And apparently the battery for this lasts 7 days and it's waterproof. That's pretty
Wow.
cool.
That's pretty good.
Asking me to compare Google Glass and
You gotta go home and charge your watch.
smartwatch. So there's big differences. Google Glass is much more a complete device. You can not only can you use Google Glass as a standalone device, you do not have to pair it with a phone. It has a Wi-Fi antenna in it, but that kind of makes it useless if you're walking around.
Just Wi-Fi, yeah.
Yeah, it's just Wi-Fi. But the idea is you can use Google Glass. It's like another screen. But right now the capability is limited. I think the only things you can really use it for are some web browsing
Apparently, there's a New York Times app for it.
Yeah, New York Times came out with an app for it. I have no idea how it works. Like, 'cause you can't. There's no.
I don't know why you would want to read on that small of a screen. I know it's like obviously a lot bigger. 'Cause
Maybe it's
close
like
to your eye, but
just like headlines,
Yeah, that
like
might be-
breaking
I mean,
news or something.
But the idea is this again. This is the central point. You're walking down the sidewalk in New York. You don't have to pull your phone out. You can just keep walking and read the news.
So one thing about Google Glass is they don't use eye tracking software, right? So it's all just either voice commands or tapping
No.
the button.
No, they do. I just read an article on Reddit today. That Reddit.com, great website. Bill loves Reddit. I'm sure David's been on Reddit.
I need to start going on Reddit.
Yeah, it's a great
Like
site.
I've been on it like 3 times just for AMAs. Like just,
Oh yeah,
I don't know
that's
how to
good.
work
That's
it.
good reason to go on.
Yeah, that's really good reason.
They actually it can tell when you wink. So
Oh
does-
yeah, I saw
Oh.
that.
yeah, it does have.
What's
When
it
you
do?
wink, it takes a picture, right?
I'm not sure.
I think that's
I
what I
did-
read.
weird.
Didn't read
Yeah.
that far into it. You know what? I'm gonna pause this
That's
now.
weird.
We'll be back in a little bit, guys.
Stay tuned.
Probably be another link,
tuned.
which I should probably get.
Damn it, Alex.
Oh man! Check my Facebook or Google Plus for the other link to the next broadcast